In this video, we're gonna talk about the theoretical approach, which is realism. Realism is also a theoretical approach to international relations. I will begin by discussing the key principles of realism, such as the importance of power and self-interest, and how they shape international relations. We will also examine the different variants of realism, such as offensive and defensive realism. Uh, Realism is a theoretical approach to international relations that emphasizes the importance of power and self-interest in the shaping state behavior. Realist argues that states are rational actors and seek to maximize their security and interests. They also argues that international system is characterized by anarchy, which means that there is no central authority to regulate state behavior. One of the key principles of realism is a balanced power, which suggests that states seek to maintain balanced power in the international system to prevent any one state from dominating others. There are two kind of realism, uh, which is offensive and defensive. Offensive realism is a variant of realism that argues that states should seek to maximize their power and dominate other states. But defensive realism argues that states should seek to maintain a balance of power and avoid conflicts. Realist also argues that military power is the most important source of power in the international system. Uh, they believe that the states should maintain strong military capabilities to deter potential adversaries and to protect their interests. Economic power and cultural power are also important sources of power, but they are seen as a secondary to military power. Realism is like uh, if you are a realist, uh, you you believe in seeing which you are see. Realist every time thinks negatively. When you have a power, you are strong. Uh, you have you are strong, and you want to dominate other territory to expand your territory. Uh, to expand your territory and be strong every time. And we also say this a characteristic in states. Uh, now, superpower states are U.S. It's a USA and Russia, Federation of Russia. There are two uh, uh, superpowers which can control uh, we, which can control economic and cultural power of other states, like uh, they have a power and then they are superpowers. They have a very strong military, and also his currency is strong, and they can control with his currency uh, economic of uh, economic of other states, and this power gives them these opportunities in the uh, in the point of view of realists. Realists can see these opportunities of states, and as we said, there are two type of realists: offensive and defensive. Offensive says that you have a power, you have to control world, you can give every territory, but defensive realists say that no, we have to avoid the conflicts and keep in balance our power. And some of uh, we can finally we will discuss the relevance of realism in today's world. It's the most major challenges facing in international system, such as the rise of China and the threat of terrorism, uh, and also role of international organizations such as NATO and the United Nations in promoting realist policy. And also, threat of terrorism, we can say that terrorism also can destroy. It's one of a big threat to the states because they can destroy uh, this uh, this state or collapse this state. And also another international organizations such as NATO, uh, which are also uh, established in Europe to keep security. And United Nations is also an international organization which is was established to keep a peace and security in all over the world, to control uh, the state behavior, to keep peace and avoid conflicts and war. Because conflicts and war can influence to economic and another side of states, and can collapse states. It's not good for each state, also for a superpower states. uh, Thank you for watching. Thank you for your attention.